Hello Ronlings, how the devil are you? I hope your New Year's been going the way you wanted to so far. How many people have broken their New Year's resolutions, I wonder? I've broken pretty much all of them. So, I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm right near a path and there's people walking past carrying a ladder. What's that about? So I'm actually camping back. Not only am I in the same forest, it's a bit my go-to forest whenever I don't know, haven't researched it or haven't found anywhere, or I'm not happy, or but I want to go, I come back here because I've been here loads of times and I get more and more confident and cheeky every time I come in here, because I kind of, at first I was trying to keep as far away from everything as possible, and then I got more and more laps and I'm quite near the path now. But I've come, not only have I come back here, I've come back to exactly the same spot. Normally I look around and at least have a different environment, but I came back exactly the same spot as I came to last time. And the last time the bracken, the ferns, whatever you want to call it, were a lot higher. So when I was sat down I was below them all, but they've dropped again. They're really low now, so I'm very exposed and I'm quite near the path. But I didn't want to spend ages looking around because I'm losing the light. And I want to get the tent up while it's still light. The rest I don't care too much about, but I really would prefer, I can do it in the dark, but I really would prefer doing it while it's still light. So I'll explain why I'm back in the same place. I mean, that was partially the reason I couldn't be able to look around. There's another reason I came back in the same place as well. Let's get that tent up. Well, there she is in all her glory. There she is. Look at that. She's lovely. Whoop. Isn't she gorgeous? I do love this tent. Loads of space. Loads of room inside. I thought I'd be... The reason for bringing it is like tenfold. Probably not tenfold, but... So firstly, it's brown. So it merges into the rest. I haven't got anything that is winter autumny, and we still kind of look a bit autumny, don't we? Everything's orange still. So I like the brownness blending in. I'm quite near the path. I kind of already decided I was going to do that when I come here. Tell you why later. Well, one reason was because of the lack of time, and this is quite near the path and I know where it is, and I was just but there are other reasons. The second reason is I've only ever had this up in the garden. And I missed a bit. I had 2 guide ropes left. I was a bit unsure what to do with them, and although this has no brand name, it has not even, normally the Chinese people sort of like, somebody makes a load of stuff and other companies come in, buy it and put their logo on it, so you end up with loads of the same stuff with just different logos. This has got nothing, no logo or anything. This was bought on Temu. I was drunk when I bought it. I wanted a hot tent and it was in the watch list, but for me to review it later and see if I liked it and see what the review said, and I bought it. I don't even remember buying it. I remember flicking through and I remember seeing it on the watch list. Next thing I know, it turns up in the front door. But I couldn't be happy with it. It was I would have chosen that if I hadn't. I'll show you some of the cool features inside later. But yeah, I put it up in the garden to test it, to test this hot tentedliness. And the thing, I couldn't work out why it was sagging in the middle, and I was pretty sure the extra guy ropes that was there were something to do with that. And as I said, the company I bought this off of weren't selling it anymore, but there's loads of them on there that are identical, and I looked into that, and yeah, and I found out that you've got the guy ropes. Let's show you. You've got the guy ropes here for this little skirt, which I like, by the way, because you can have the door open, assuming the rain's not blowing. You can have the door open. It's a little canopy, so you can have the door open while it's raining. How cool is that? You know, if it's raining, you can leave the door there. Brilliant. So you've got this one, but you also have an extra guy up here. So I was pulling this as tight as I can to try and get this line straight, and they've obviously addressed that and gone, yeah, we couldn't do that either. So they put another one on the top, and that's what the second guy's for. And once I put that on as well, so once I put this one here and then this one here, it just suddenly went straight. So there was quite a lot of room in it last time, so I imagine that's really helped with the headroom. But yeah, I'm really, yeah, I've not had a ridge tent before. It's a really good one. The sides stick out quite a bit. It's not like a perfect rectangle. It kind of bows out in the middle slightly deliberately, because you've got little poles so big in each corner to give it that rigidity across the bottom, and then also you've got one in the center in the middle, which bows it out. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a bit wonky because it's slightly going uphill. Where am I? It's going uphill slightly, so the tent's not exactly perfectly shaped. I think that's more of a true representation, that side. It bows out slightly because there's a vent inside underneath that, so you can open it, but there's still the rain keeps off of it. Brilliant idea. So yeah, so I'll put it up better this time, although the wonky floor isn't helping very well. But it is a heavy one. I mean, I thought, according to the weather, it was going to be miserable and snowing and sleet and rain, and it was yesterday, but I couldn't go yesterday. But it said it would continue to today, so I thought, if I'm going to spend a load of time in the tent because the weather's miserable, I want a big decent sized one. I'm willing to take the extra weight, and it's been a gorgeous day. But you know, I don't mind, because you know, it's camouflaged. I've not actually camped in it. Stage 1 of hot tenting, you know, I'll stay in the tent first, and we'll look at it that way. I'll stay in the tent first, and then I'll put the log burner in next time. Quick, before I try again. Before I shove everything inside the tent, and the light's sort of fading now, I just thought I'd give you a quick 360. I'm going to do a slightly lower 360 than normal. I know, professionalism all the way, that's me. I'm going to do all this on camera, can't be bothered to edit this one. So there's the tent. There's a door each end. That's another good feature. There's a door each end, and it's got vents at each end as well, so you can open the outer and still have be ventilated. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the ground sheet in. I need to do that quickly as well. There's a ground sheet that's got to go in separate. Right, I'll start with the 360. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be looking out. So I'm going to face you where I would be looking out first thing in the morning. And this is today's, I've just tried on my laces, they're undone. This is today's a 360 of what I'm going to be seeing until it gets dark. Yeah, I know. Isn't she lovely? That's why I like coming here. I really do. I've got it's really cold today, and I've got the sniffles. It's like 4 degrees now. Apparently it's going to go to minus tonight. So there you go. That's today's 360. It's an absolute palace in here. It really is. It's so massive. I mean, you've only got one light hook one end, and there's nothing the other end, so it gets pretty dark at that end. I mean, I'm shining a bright GoPro light at it, so it doesn't look that dark, but it is quite dark because it's a big tent. But yeah, look at the space. I mean, look at that. That's me touching the middle of the tent. Oh, look at that. Just loads of, I haven't put my bed out yet. I've put my roll out, but I haven't put any of my bed out yet. But God, look at the space. And having upright walls. This is what I was saying about the vents. It sort of sticks out a bit in the middle, and you've got these little fellas here that are right next to the grass, but you've got the little roof outside to keep the rain off. There's another one over here, which is nice, and each end has got the vent. You can see the vent on the inside. I've rolled the vent back up this side for the moment. It's in there. But yeah, it's so big in here. I'm not used to it. The ridge tent design is actually quite spacious, but you do pay for it because it's blooming heavy. I've put the ground sheet around the wrong way. That there is the special bit of material for the log burner, but the log burner chimney is here, so it should be down there. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it is round the wrong way, but it isn't. It still fits because it's just opposite ends, which are have symmetry, so it fits. But it should have gone this end if I was having a log burner. Obviously, I haven't got a log burner, so I'm not going to bother changing it around. But this is the whole point of doing this sort of thing. Next time I'll remember to be mindful of that. Really, that should be the entrance, because the log burner would be here, so it's a bit safer to go in and out that one. Which was why I don't understand why there's only a hook that end right above the log burner, which is bright anyway, not above. No light hook above that one. Don't figure, but still. But yeah, I mean, what a lovely tent. I mean, it really is nice. So much space. You can't go backpacking with it. Well, you could, but it's 3.6 kilograms, so it's not a light tent by any standards. So it's not advisable to go, you know, backpacking with it. But you know, I've had to carry a separate bag with me for some stuff anyway, and so the bag's not big enough for the tent, but I took a load of stuff out of my rucksack and put it in the bag I was carrying, which sort of evened it out a bit, but you're still carrying a bag. Which reminds me, the reason I've got extra weight and extra bag with me is because I didn't tell you at the beginning, I've got a little, what do you call it? It's not a log burner, but a little portable burner that I'm going to put up and cook a meal. I'm really annoyed because I was supposed to, I don't cook meals because I just can't be bothered. I want to enjoy the environment, not spend all night cooking. But because I bought this special thing to try it out and have a bit of a laugh with it, I was going to bring some proper food and cook some proper food, but I forgot. So at the last minute I just grabbed a tin of curry and some boil in the bag rice. So it's going to be a proper fire, but it's only going to be normal boring food, so apologies for that. But it was just a last minute grab. I thought, oh, I really want to play with this new toy, but I haven't really got anything to cook on it. But I mean, I'm heating stuff up. I'll heat my coffee up on it, or tea up on it, and I'll heat my food up on it. You know, at least I get to play with it, see how well it works. I'm just not going to cook on it. We'll play with that later. So this evening's sleeping arrangements are the trail. I always forget what this is called. Bear with me a minute. Trail. Right. So the foil mat is a trail outdoor leisure, and I love it because it's really, really super thick and really stupid little thin things that people bring with them, which are useless. The Rab Stratosphere 5.5, which is the best sleeping pad I've had. I've been on sleeping pads and sleeping mattresses since I was like 6, and that is the best one. The 5.5 R rating is pretty good as well. It does me all through the winter. And then the Rab 900 sleeping bag, which again does me all through the winter. That is excellent. It's a lovely colour as well. I really like that dark red colour. It looks all orangey on film, but it's a dark red colour. So yeah, so I've got the Rab 900 sleeping bag as well, and between the three of them, because it's going to drop below 0 tonight by maybe heating up to 4 degrees, and I've been up to colder weather with those, and they've been absolutely fine. I'm in it with just my t-shirt and short underwear, and I'm absolutely fine. So that combination together is more than enough for the sort of low minuses of single figure minuses. I really feel the temperature starting to plummet. I've got another thicker down jacket, another Rab one. You know what? They're really expensive, so I don't have a lot of the stuff because it's hard for me to pay for. But I do love Rab stuff. If they want to sponsor me, even though I'm not even monetized, so it's not going to happen. If they want to sponsor me, I'm your man, because I've got a Rab jacket, a thin rab jacket. I've got a much thinner, thicker rab jacket. My sleeping bag's rab, and my sleeping pad is rad. Rab. And it's not. I'm not the sort of person that sort of like sticks to a brand just regardless of anything. It's just I like I try them out. My beard is wet, so moist out here. I try them out and I like them, and it just so happens that they are the best product. I don't go, I need a coat, what's Rab got? I look around and I always seem to end up at Rab. That's why I've ended up with those 4 things. But they are expensive, so I don't have the kind of wages to be able to do that. The sleeping pads, the only thing I bought that I had to save up for. The rest was all bought when I came into some money when I sold my house, when I split up with my wife. So I've only bought one thing with my own wage. The rest is all from a money I got. So anyway, I bought this. I'm really apologise. I can't remember how much it cost. It's a it's not really a review. I'm just using it and I want to show you. So I've got it off of Temu. I want to say Temu. I got it off of Temu. What I didn't like, I know they do it to protect it, but I spent 12,000 years picking off all the blue. It had blue film on it, and it's not a case of just where some parts it's not a case of just peeling it off and Bob's your uncle. It was all caught inside the weld and inside rivets and around the hinges, and it was a nightmare, and I still haven't got it all off, so it's just gonna have to melt. What I didn't do, but yeah, it's quite simple. I wanted one of these for a while, hoping it would encourage me to cook. So you just it's all nice and flat in a little container. Pull it open, a little I've only opened it once, so there we go. A little vent inside comes down. That's your base for your wood. You've got a little tray that slides in somewhere. I can't be bothered to do it. Slides in to deal with the ash, which I kind of feel is a bit pointless, but and then you've got a little grill that sits on top. I had to do it in the dark, obviously, because it's dark. But that's, oh yeah, and it has a cute little door at the front that you open to shove more wood in. The reason why I was in 2 bags today is because I bought the wood with me, kindling with me, because I don't like to trundle around the forest cutting up bits of trees. I don't believe, when you're stealth camping, I don't believe it's a leave no trace if you're running around, even if you're cutting down trees that are already down. I don't believe that's a leave no trace policy, because those trees rot and they become food and houses for bugs and stuff like that, and which creates food for birds, which is it's all a symbiont relationship, and it's supposed to rot, and what's left rots into the ground, gives nutrients to the ground, all that. So if you go around cutting up all the trees and say, it's all right, it's dead, well, that's not leave no trace. You're still messing up the forest. If you are in somebody's permission and then they tell you they're going to do it anyway, then fair enough. But I'm in someone else's, I'm not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to camp here. I'm in someone else's wood, so I'm not going to go around destroying and pulling apart their forest with the excuse, oh, it's all fallen down, so it doesn't matter. It does matter. So I bought responsibly sourced wood with me. Also, it's just easier, especially in the dark, just having it all here, and that's why I bought an extra. Well, one of the reasons I bought an extra bag, because I had that in it. So I'll get cracking. It's not especially stealth, is it? Having a big ass fire going. The ground, I could put it straight on the grass because the ground is so, it's been nothing but rain for, especially yesterday. It just rained all day and never stopped. It was sort of sleety rain, never quite made it to snow. And the ground is so soft and soggy. A couple of places I've even had to put 2 pegs in because it's just, they're just coming straight out because the ground is like, almost like a bog. And it's so wet and the grass is so wet that it's not gonna start a fire, you know, in the forest, as it were. I mean, it's contained in the box anyway, but you know, it's not affecting anything. In fact, there's a ton of steam coming off of it where the grass is so wet. But yeah, I only put a few bits of a few bits of tinder on there, and it's much higher than I wanted it. You know what? Put the fire on, got it going. It's actually a lot lower than the bracken or ferns or whatever you want to call it. So although it's given off a certain amount of glow, nobody's looking directly at the flames from the stealth point of view, I mean. So I went over there and had a look, and you can just about see a dull glow, and that's being quite close in the forest. The path, if you were standing on the path, you'd be miles away, so it's actually not as bad as I thought. But what I was going to say was, yeah, I went to the trouble of bringing this with me and firing it up, and then I went, oh, I forgot to bring a meal. I'll just bring something simple. No, I didn't bring that either. I didn't bring any food. I've left it behind. I put some beans and sausages for breakfast tomorrow. I put some rice and some a tin of curry and stuff like that. Nope, left it all at home. Brill. So all I can basically do on this camp is have a coffee. And I forgot my milk as well, so it's a black coffee. I'm not a fan of black coffee. I can drink it, but I brought tea with me. I haven't got any tea. I haven't got any milk for the tea, and I don't like drinking milk without tea without milk. So I ain't having a cup of tea. So all I can have is black coffee, which I'm not a massive fan of. Brill. So that's the first time I've ever forgot food since I had this channel. I don't think I've ever forgotten food. It's like top of my list. I'd rather have that than a shelter. So yeah, I'm quite peed off for that. So I'm going to be starving, and you can see the physique I've got. You see, I'm going to waste away to nothing. I'll be a skeleton by tomorrow. That's really annoying. I'm really annoyed about that. But it's a nice warm fire, if nothing else, and I'm going to have a nice hot drink, even if I can't have my milk in it. Fiddlesticks. Well, I got a nice. I actually found. I thought all I had was coffees, just plain coffees, but I actually found in my backpack a is it a latte? I forget now what it says now. Something like that, a latte cappuccino, which is, so it has sort of milk in it. So at least that's something. At least I didn't have to have just a black coffee, which I'm not really a fan of. And yeah, being kindling, they go through the wood pretty quick. But I took the grill off the top because I'm not bloody cooking anything. So I took the grill off the top, and I'm just going to keep throwing the odd. Reduce the weight for when I'm walking home. I'm just going to keep throwing a couple of bits of kindling in every so often, until it's all gone, and then keep a bit of warmth that way, and then I shall retire inside the tent, perhaps watch a movie or something. But it's actually nice sitting next to a little fire, you know. I mean, because I'm not cooking on it, I'm enjoying it more as a fire, or for longer as a fire, than I am as a cook, because I'm sure I would have kept adding wood to it while I was cooking, and then wouldn't have much of a fire by the time I'd finished. At least this way around, I'm getting a bit of fire, albeit very small. Because it's so small, it's not getting off a massive amount of heat, but obviously it's better than nothing. We've hit, I don't know what the temperature is now. Let's have a look. It's not going to do face recognition, is it? It's all good. You watch me spill my coffee everywhere. Right, so it's saying it is now, so it's saying it's now 1 degree. My partner just messaged me and told me that she thinks it's going to go down to -4 today. But I'm not really even feeling the, what did I say, it was -1. Yeah, hot coffee down my throat, hot coffee in my hands, and a bit of a fire going. You know, it's yeah, it feels cold, but I'm not feeling it's that cold. So once all this goes out, I expect I'm gonna feel it. But I shall nick inside the tent then, get inside the sleeping bag. So the reason I came here to the exact same spot is because I had a couple of comments saying that there's a motorway nearby, and somebody said that it would drive them nuts, and I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no motorway. I guess because it seems so loud when you watch the video back. It seems so loud, and I'm thinking, how did I not notice that? So I was intrigued to find out why I could hear this motorway type sound when I was there. I didn't hear it, so I came back, and there is a constant. It seems so much louder on the video. It's so far away, I can barely hear it. And I think the mic on the GoPro's enhanced it or something, or something. I don't know, but it seems so loud when you're listening to it, but when you hear it, it doesn't actually seem that loud. And I don't understand. I was disputing it, saying that's not the motorway, it can't be the motorway, I don't know what that is, because the motorway is about 10 miles away. There's a couple of small roads within that, or quite a few small roads within that, but a small road would only produce the odd car here and there. It wouldn't have this constant all the time. And I'm sorry. Can sound travel 10 miles? I thought it was about 10 miles, and I re-looked at it. It's 10 miles. That's the nearest motorway, and can you hear that 10 miles away? And if it was a motorway, would it be constant all the time and never stop? I mean, surely motorways are random, you know, especially at night. It's less, and then it's more, and there's less, and there's more, and it doesn't feel like it ever stops. So part of me says, well, it must be that then, because the motorway, 10 mile away, a motorway must be somehow travelling all the way over it. But part of me says, really? But this just never stops. It never changes tone. It never gets less or more. It's just always, you know, so, I don't know. But I was intrigued. That's why I came back here, to understand. And I couldn't even hear it. It's so quiet, I can't even hear it. Well, I can hear it, you know what I mean, but it's not so dominant that it drives me mad. I can barely hear it, and that's why I didn't really notice it when people were talking about it. But I was just intrigued. That's why I came back. I thought, I want to know what that is. And yeah, there is a slight sound, but you got to listen. Well, I've got to listen to it for it. I don't really know it's there. It's so far away. And you know, when you hear it, it doesn't drive me nuts because I can barely hear it. There was another reason I came back here. Yeah, I think I said that one. But just because the light was fading, I just went somewhere I knew rather than looking around. I like to look around. I like to come here and look around. So I was there last time, try over here. I was there last time, try different places. But this time I just wanted to. But it was a bit of a risk because I'm really close to the path. Which I don't care about when all the bracken's higher, but I'm really close to the path now, and that's the first time I've ever been this close, and I was a bit nervy, but I sort of thought, well, it's winter, hardly anyone comes this way in winter, and the sun's going down. There's no natural light here. It's because you're in the middle of a forest, and the nearest civilization's a long way away, so there's no lights here, no natural lights here. So I can't took the risk, and I'm glad I did, because I not waste time and just come straight here and set up, because yeah, nobody has come. And tomorrow I can't eat breakfast, so I can have a really naff coffee, but I don't really fancy that, so I'll just be packing up and going away, and it'll probably be still dark because I've got to go and pick my daughter up, so I've got to get there in good time, so it'll probably be dark. So I suspect tomorrow's filming is going to be good morning, see you later. I don't think there'll be much more content. So if you want to stop the video, probably now is the best time to do it. Oh no, not now. I'm going to go inside the tent. Probably, knowing me, probably do a bit of filming in there before I go to bed. But after that, yeah, once I say goodnight, you might as well sign off, because I don't think there'll be much content past that. Of course I'm going to film, but you know, that's probably where you're going to lose interest. But hang on till I'm in the tent, I might do something in there. I'm inside now. It's 8 o'clock, and I ran out of wood, so I decided to come in. I want to watch a bit of Netflix. The trouble with this map, it doesn't slide around a lot. It's really annoying. I find I'm just sort of pushed up against the wall of the tent. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to watch a bit of Netflix. I've got no worries about, I mean, it's like, well, I don't know if you can see that steam coming out. I haven't got any worry about any condensation dripping on me tonight, because it's 8 o'clock and already the inside is frozen, so it must be below freezing now. A bit of a dilemma. I don't know whether to open one of the vents to let a bit of air circulate, because that also obviously lets the cold in. There's literally no sort of permanent vents like some tents have, where they're always open all the time. So I don't know whether to open a vent or just open one tiny to get some air in here. Would that help with the condensation, or would that just let more cold in and I'd get condensation either way? An interesting question. I don't know what the right answer is, but I mean, it's already frozen, so it's, yeah. So perhaps it's too late to worry about that anyway. Anyway, I'll get some Netflix on. I might even get a brew going. That does tend to create more steam and melt the ice and then create more drips, and so I'm not sure that's worth it. Just a thought anyway. Good morning. It's quite enough light to see, but as always on the GoPro, it needs bright light. I was just like, kind of doesn't work. It's a shame, because the natural light in here was lovely. But so anyway, I'm all packed up. Just trying to show you where I was. Pointless, because it's too dark. But yeah, I mean, this one was an interesting one. I've had the channel for over 2 years, and I've been camping since I was 6. I don't actually, that's my light gone. Battery's flat. You can see enough. Yeah, so and I've never ever forgot my food. I don't ever remember forgetting to bring food. I forgot it. That's great. So and of all the times to forget, it's right when I was trying to show off that new burner to cook on. And the one time I bring that, the only time I've ever used one, the only time I've ever had a fire when I'm camping, and I forgot the food. I mean, what a time to forget. It's one thing forgetting, but what a time to forget. So that's kind of annoyed me, and I am starving now, because, you know, I have to eat every 30 seconds, and I'm going to die. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. And I forgot my pillow as well. That wasn't too big a deal. I stuffed my coat into a dry sack. Bit annoying because it kept floating around, and I put it inside my sleeping bag and pulled a drawstring around it to hold it in place. That kind of worked, but you can't beat my actual pillows. I spent years searching for my pillows to get it just right. So that was annoying as well. So that's yeah, I don't use the word failure. There's no such thing as failure, because you're out here to have fun. You can't fail having fun. You know, if you go home and bail, you know, you had fun up to the point where you went home, and then you went home. So it's not like you sort of put up with it. So I don't consider any kind of thing that's fun a fail. But if you want to use that term, it was. I still enjoyed myself, so that it kind of didn't matter about the food. It's I had fun. You know, I could have gone home. You know, it's a bit of a walk back to the van, but I could have bailed. I could have gone home. But the interest of camping was stronger than eating, and it's not going to do me any harm to lose a few pounds if I even do that. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna shoot off now. I'm all packed up. Just while I've been standing here, it's got lighter. I'm sure it has. I'm gonna make my way out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.